So in this video, I wanted to share 8 insights about a book that I've just finished. It's a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time, and it is, of course, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So this book was written in 1937, and it was written to help ordinary people get ahead in business. And for me, it was quite poignant because in 1937, my dad was 12 years old, and having got to the end of the book, I realised that some of the lessons that this book teaches us are lessons that he taught me. So that was really good to actually see that at the end of the book. One of the things that struck me about the title was the word influence. And at first I thought, do we really want to influence people? It can sometimes come across as wanting to get your own way over other people. And yes, it can help people perhaps see the right direction to go. But I think it's more about treating people with respect and having better quality conversations. So I got 8 insights from this book. So here we go. Number 1 is to be yourself. So important, especially in business conversations, to be authentic, to be yourself. And we talk about imposter syndrome and trying to mimic perhaps behaviours and personality of other people, but it's more important to just be you, and so people can see you for who you really are. Number 2 is to focus on the other person, to be genuinely interested in what the other person has got to say, rather than rushing conversations. I know in my past business I was in a very fast environment in IT where in technology everything moves fast, including the conversation. So I got caught sometimes rushing conversations, and it's so much better to slow things down and really be genuinely interested in what the other person has got to say. So number 3 is to ask questions, and this is about bringing curiosity to your conversations. Again, rather than rushing the conversations, to ask questions rather than telling people what to do, because that will help to bring better quality conversations into business, and it also helps the other person that you're talking to learn, especially if this is a leadership type conversation where you're talking to a member of your team. By asking them questions, getting them to think, they'll grow and learn along the way. So that's really good. Number 4 is to share your point of view elegantly with respect. It's not about condemning people if they've got a different opinion or a different view. It's really understanding what they've got to say, appreciate their point of view, and then elegantly sharing your point of view. And it really reminded me of another book that I read by Dr. 𝐕 Covey, which is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in there he talks about seeking to understand before we seek to be understood. So it's listening and understanding and appreciating the other person first. So that's really important. Number 5 is to be a good listener. As the old saying goes, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So in business conversations, we should be listening twice as long as we are talking. And it's really about, again, just understanding and appreciating what the other person has got to say. Number 6 is to avoid arguments. I've written about this before in other posts about not shouting in conversations, because I mean, I've been burnt by this in the past, and when we shout, ultimately we lose respect from the other person because we've lost our cool, we've lost our control. So much better to be respectful yet assertive in conversations. You retain your power, you retain your energy, and you'll also gain respect from the other person because you've handled the situation professionally and purposefully as well. So that's really important. Number 7 is, if you're wrong, admit it. Nobody's perfect, that we learn from our mistakes, and it's really important to share learning. And by hiding situations where you've perhaps made a mistake, ultimately probably will come back to bite you. I speak from experience. But being the bigger person and sharing that, well, I made this mistake here, or I screwed up then, or when I was setting up my business, I screwed up over here. People learn from that, and they appreciate your honesty for sharing that. And number 8 is to appreciate the other person for their time. In that every conversation, especially in business, is an opportunity to understand, to learn from them, and them to learn from you at the same time. It's a really great opportunity to share that learning and help people along the way, again, especially if you're in a leadership conversation. So in summary, for me, rather than influencing people, it's more about having higher quality conversations, treating people with respect, and especially in business, moving and helping people move forward to do better and be better. And it's about bringing elegance and curiosity to conversations as well. So and by building this curiosity and you're building respect, you're also building trust. And certainly in leadership, that is key for the leaders, leadership people to actually trust other people in their teams. And when you lead with that, when you trust people first, you gain the trust of other people. So it's about helping people to grow, giving them the opportunity to learn and grow and make mistakes at the same time. So is this book still relevant? Well, even after all of this time, I think absolutely 100% yes. Some of the stories in here are about people you've probably never heard of, decades and decades ago, but still fascinating. And they have updated the book with some more up-to-date stories, but it's still great and still cool to read about stories from such a long time ago. So thanks for watching this video. By the way, in the comments, I put a link there to another article I wrote some time back about expanding leadership conversations. And if you'd like help to have better business conversations, you want to expand your leadership conversations further, then contact me and we'll jump on a call and see what we can do to help out in that area. So thanks again for watching the video. Hope you have a fantastic day.